Cognitive advantage of bilingualism. Apart from the cultural and communicative advantages for an individual, bilingualism also has a lot of cognitive advantages for people. First, creativity. For instance, it has been seen that bilinguals are more creative than monolinguals. And the reason is because they have a richer repertoire of vocabulary. Now, you might think that what I'm saying now somehow contradicts with what we said in the previous modules. So we can say, for instance, if you know English and Urdu, that your English vocabulary might not be at par with a monolingual English speaker, but we can say with confidence that your actual repertoire, that is actual storage of language or vocabulary for expressing an idea, is much more if you put the vocabulary from both languages together. That means you would know how to express one idea differently in one language and the other one, and so you're more creative in somehow understanding the issue or understanding the concept there, because you are sort of operating with two languages. Two languages would mean two different concepts rather than one. For instance, not only, I'll give you an example in a while, but not only regarding studying the same issue or same thing from two different languages, from the perspective of different languages, it is also interesting to know that bilinguals are, when they code switch, for instance, they are conscious of what we say connotations of a word. Connotation would mean what that word implies. Denotation would mean what that word is pointing out to. Now let me give you an example. For instance, when you say she's a clever girl, या वो लड़की बहुत clever है, so you have an idea that now that you have brought in this word from English clever into Urdu, over here it has changed its meaning from intelligent, what it would mean in English language, to chalak, which has a negative connotation in Urdu language. So your bilinguals are very careful of these differences. They have a lot of flexibility. They're switching between languages and they know how to express their meaning more proficiently and more creatively. Their creativity is also obvious in the richer production of ideas, may it be poetry, may it be any presentation, any creativity, any form of art. Because they are operating from different languages, they are interacting with different cultures, so they become more creative. It is also said that they have a faster pace of cognitive development. So they have this advantage which is obvious from creative use of language, and this somehow sharpens their brains and enables them to engage with higher order skills. They also have greater emotional understanding. Now, what does this mean? This means that they know what to say or how to say something in a different context, because they are better able to understand how it will be interpreted in a given culture. And that is because they have a greater awareness about how languages actually work and how a specific language might work in a given context. So they use language more intelligently. And that is because they have a deeper understanding of cultural context. So, definitely, your bilingualism or bilinguals have a cognitive advantage over monolinguals.